This week on Nerd Alert, we are going to check out 3 nerdy burlesque shows. Yes, you read the title of the video correctly. I said nerdy burlesque shows. We're going to see something called Nerdlesque. We are going to see a Twin Peaks themed show and a post-apocalyptic review by a group called D20. I don't know why we're wasting time on the intro. Let's get to that first show. ZP and Anya, the producers of D20 Burlesque, who, by the way, have the incredible tagline, "Our charisma is only matched by our dexterity." Now, guys, I know about Dungeons & Dragons, I know what a magic missile is, I know who Drizzt is, I know what a Thaco is. What I don't know is anything about burlesque. What is burlesque?
It's basically striptease. It's the art of storytelling. In the beginning, it was a lot of satire, so that's kind of what we're doing here. The show came together because I had a couple of acts that I wanted to do. I had a Portal act, I had a Cthulhu act, and I had an act where I wanted to be a giant D20. And I knew that going to the normal burlesque shows, people just wouldn't get it.
So this isn't just Dungeons & Dragons.
We try to be gamer-based, so we try to do anything that's gaming themed, and we try to stick to it as much as possible. Sometimes we're a little bit more open, like tonight's is just dystopias and apocalypses.
I am here with DANGRRR, one of the performers at tonight's show. Thanks so much for being here.
Of course.
What exactly are you planning for tonight?
I am doing a 1984 act.
So are you a real nerd?
I am a real nerd.
Like
I have this Super Nintendo tattoo right here.
Who is this character?
This is a Mr. Saturn from the RPG Earthbound. It was the first video game that really got me into gaming. It's not the first video game that I played, but it's the first video game that made me a hardcore gamer. And I'm a big retro gamer. Video games
kind of have a reputation for girls not being into it, but you've been into it your whole life?
Oh, my whole life.
Let me just check my next question real quick. Where were you when I was in high school? I'm gonna read you guys a list of things. I'd like you to tell me if you could make it sexy and how. The box from Metal Gear.
Boxes can do a lot, actually, in burlesque.
Yeah, I mean, I do a companion cube act where I seduce the companion cube.
The TARDIS.
Yes, there's been a couple of Doctor Who shows. There's a great performer, Nasty Canasta, who has, I think she has like 8 Doctor Who acts. She did one where they did 8 different doctors. They had a TARDIS on stage, and they would do a fight, and then they would go in, and a different performer came out as a different doctor.
Math.
Just math?
Just math. Could you do math burlesque?
Math burlesque?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely.
What about grammar?
There is a performer does one to adjectives from Schoolhouse Rocks.
I like that. Not only are you like, yes, it is theoretically possible, half the things I'm throwing out, you're like, oh yeah, that already exists. Someone already did that. Guys, thank you so much for doing this. Let's go to the next show.
Now I suspect you fine people of Twin Peaks know why we've gathered here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Miss Twin Peaks pageant.
This is Francine, producer of The Pink Room, and tonight's show, the Miss Twin Peaks contest. So the Pink Room is always David Lynch themed burlesque. Tonight is specifically Twin Peaks. How did you arrive at David Lynch as a theme?
It began with a bunch of friends who were huge David Lynch fans, like myself. We realized that the brand of humor that David Lynch has, the quirky cheesecakeness, the campiness, along with his really twisted, bizarre, kind of scary side, was a perfect blend for a burlesque show.
What?
It's hard to explain, but his shows and his movies go from really quirky humor to like the most disturbing things you could possibly see. And I was like, why not combine all of that with girls and men taking their clothes off?
So how do you channel the themes and the motifs and the stories of David Lynch into burlesque?
We take the music, we put it all together, we take these costumes, like this beautiful eye patch I'm wearing right now, and channel the characters that are in the show. Like I, for instance, am Nadine Hurley tonight. I would be speaking to you as Nadine Hurley, but then I would have to scream at you. Oh, Ed!
What is up with the pasties? What's the difference between the pasties and just full-on nudity?
I think having the pasties makes it a little bit more exciting. I think there's a little something left to the imagination. Plus, you know, the girls can do a little tassel, and they're fun and sparkly. I mean, I think burlesque in general is as much about people getting naked as it is showing these amazing costumes.
It's a conscious decision to kind of pace the costume.
Sure, and there certainly have been, you know, even though keep it on the down low, some people go without pasties occasionally, but only if it makes sense theatrically for their number.
If it's true to the character.
Exactly.
Francine, thank you so much for talking to us. What do I say? Break a leg, have fun, good luck? What's the appropriate?
Actually, there's a term, pop a pasty.
Well, pop a pasty at tonight's show.
Thank you very much.
Let's check out the next show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nerdlesque 8.
I am here with Dickie and Macon of Nerdlesque. Now, guys, this is my third Nerd Burlesque show. I'm kind of an expert now, but yours is the first I'm seeing that doesn't have a cohesive theme to it. Was that a conscious decision?
Well, we live in a very, very great time right now where nerdy burlesque is like something that happens and is totally accessible. So I think the shows that are themed, D20, Epic Berlin, they're wonderful, and so we like to be a little bit more general over here and let people kind of roll with whatever they feel like.
Sometimes we do themes, but this time around we felt that it was important to give an homage to just classic nerdiness.
I am here with Iris Explosion, who tonight played the Flash. How did you choose that character?
I was asked a while ago to be an Epic Wins Marvel vs. DC show, and they asked for a superhero act that wasn't Batman. And I had all these ideas, and I thought, well, the Flash, the name's already fairly provocative.
Right.
And I thought it would be fun to play with speed and... with the tease in burlesque is usually doing things in slow motion, like pulling down a zipper very slowly or removing a glove very slowly. I thought it would be fun to play with that in terms of doing a silly superhero thing.
So you were at a lot of these shows. You know, when we had the idea to do this, we didn't know if you guys would be willing to let us come, to let us tape the show. No, everyone was immediately on board. Everyone was great about it. Did it ever occur to you to maybe not let us tape this? Was that weird?
No, I mean, we like the attention. It's nice to have nerdy burlesque get some exposure, especially since it is sort of a new, burgeoning facet of the burlesque scene, and it's nice to maybe get some more widespread recognition all over the country.
I feel like the whole nerd burlesque thing is destroying two stereotypes. One, that there are no female nerds, obviously not true, but two, that nerds don't have confidence. I think that's something a lot of people think of when they think of dorks. How do you explain the rise of nerdy burlesque?
I mean, I think for far too long we've hidden in the closet of our nerdiness. You know, kept our role-playing games down low, secret. I think it just came to a point where the action figures had to come out of the plastic encasement.
Yeah, and I think it's actually a very natural... I mean, I'm somebody who actually was very self-conscious as a person, and this is one of the ways that you open up and you let go of all that. When I grew up, I felt like an outsider, and now I feel like
This is cool. This is cool now.
Cool now.
Crazy.
That's it for this week's Nerd Alert. If you made it this far into the video, you may also enjoy my podcast, The Jeff Rubin Show, or maybe you just like seeing girls dress up as nerdy things and take off their clothes. I couldn't blame you, but you should really check out my show where we have such illustrious guests as the guy that directed the porno version of The Simpsons. We talked to the guy that created the Dothraki language for the Game of Thrones show on HBO. It's a lot of fun. I'll see you there, but until then, here is CGY, our bad special effects of the week. Later, losers.